Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Monday, May the 9th, 2016. My name is Doug Kay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-tos to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. This is a subscription room, so if you're interested in checking out, I'll put up my contact information in just 1 second. Before I do, please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, your own risk metrics. All right, if you do want to check us out, my contact information is quantumleapfutures@gmail.com or Skype Doug_McKay. I'll be the one from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. There's no website, no blog. We do this live every day, and then we do live trading during the course of the day. Okay, so let's take a quick look at Friday. Friday we had non-farm, had a nice little bounce. Our main hypothesis was a move up, failure somewhere between the low of the day and the close, and then move down through and take out the overnight low and test that 28 to 25 area. That was hypo 1. Hypo 2 was a move down to take out the overnight low, testing this key support at 32, and then finding responsive buyers and grinding up through and closing somewhere inside of the lower distribution of the double distribution on Thursday. Our third hypothesis was a open chop, a push into the lower distribution, come back, hold the low, and then go up and test the double distribution, LVN, and then a late day probe up into the upper distribution and close in there. So basically hypo 3 played out pretty much as anticipated, and that's why we create more than one hypo. We don't know what the market's going to do, but we can recognize what it's trying to do and then react to it. And that's why we keep our options open and know how we're going to trade it. Taking a quick look at the news today. Apologize for all my sniffling. I've got a cold or allergies are kicking in. We had housing starts in Canada this morning, 192 versus 195 expected. We've got labor market conditions at 10 o'clock, but basically that's our news for the day. There is Eurogroup meetings all day, so there could be news coming out of those meetings, but we don't know what. Hold on just 1 second. Sorry about that. So we don't have a lot of news that we have to worry about today. So let's go to our macro to micro. I always start my day with a basic candlestick chart using a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA. Start at the monthly. What I'm looking for is where we are within the different time frames, whether or not we got strong trend or the trend is being violated. Beautiful upward trend on the monthly. Then we started challenging it late 2015, and so far in January, February, we were below it, and now we came back and got above it in March. April and May so far we're holding above, so we've got possibility of a continuation pattern on the monthly. But we are above the 9 and the 20. The weekly, we had this beautiful parabolic move on the weekly, came down last week and challenged the 9, but did not close below it. So far in the Globex this week, we are above it. So we do have the trend still on the weekly. On the daily, a little bit of a different story. We've rolled over, and we've got this downward trend from most of last week. We are testing the 9 from below at the 2060 area. There is a naked cross up here at 2070, 75, 71 area, but right now we're below the 9 and have a possibility of a trend on the daily. On the 4-hour, we've had this strong downward trend, challenged it a couple times, but got the continuation patterns both times. This time we've closed above it, and we're starting to get a upward trend and looking to go up further and test this fractal high up here at 2060 and a quarter. Going down to the 1-hour, you can see we've started an upward trend, good slope and separation, came down, tested the 20, and then got continuation, but now we're back testing the 20 again. But so far we're holding it. Going to the 30-minute, and we've rolled over on the 30-minute, and we're below the 9 and the 20. I took out this naked cross that was right here at 2055, so we've got possibly the start of a downward trend on the 30-minute. On the 15-minute, same thing. We do have a naked cross up here, though, at 2056.75. Write that down in your journal. We should take that out. We just took out this naked cross right here at 2054 and a quarter, but the trend itself is to the downside on the 15. On the 5, you can see we've got good slope and separation. Price is paralleling the 9 quite nicely, so we've got a downward trend. So as we move down through the larger time frames to the smaller time frames, we are seeing some weakness in the market. We do have a naked cross all the way down here at 2052, but we do have one up here as well at 58. But the trend is to the downside on the 5-minute. All right, take a look at the big picture and the composite structure. I'm just going to bring some of this in for context. So at the end of the quarter last year, we were inside of this this value area, the microcomposite that ran through from October, middle of October through to the end of the year. We have this upward distribution of a double distribution microcomposite with the key microcomposite LVN at 2016. We continue to trade in this upper distribution, which is pretty good Gaussian distribution. We have our microcomposite VPOC at 6350. We tried to break out and got above that 2086.50 microcomposite value area high, went in and put a brand new all-time high in at 05 and a quarter, and since then we've come back in and we're trading inside of this value area from this microcomposite that runs from February the 17th through to April the 12th, with the microcomposite VPOC being 4050. And last week we came down and tested that 4050, tested the 3250 in the Globex, put a week low in there at the 2030, was a low 2030.50, and then Friday we came back up and got right in inside. What we've got here is we've got this area on the composite that has 4 major price acceptance levels, one at 40.50, one at 44.45, one here at 50.50, and then the big one, which is up here between the 60 and 61.50. 61.50 being the most traded price going all the way back to the beginning of 2013. So, and then we got this fifth one up here at 69.75. This is a very blunt area of the profile, and what I call an undetermined fair value. And I think we're going to get stuck in this area until one of these prices becomes much more prominent, and we're just going to chop around in this distribution. It's a very blunt area right here with a lot of undetermined fair value. Key level below is going to be down here in the 24.75, that 25 area that we were looking at targeting on Friday. And then the key level above it is back up here in the microcomposite that we just fell out of, up here at the 85.50, and that value area high from the October microcomposite up here at 86.50. So my main hypotheses, all of my hypotheses are going to center around this blunt area, probably for for most of the beginning of the week. We're going to mature the auction, determine fair value, and chop around, and then create a kurtosis. And once we create that kurtosis, then we're going to get our break either above or below. We don't know which. But right now we're trading at 53 and a quarter. Our overnight low is 49. And we're likely just to chop around here and test both sides of this during the course of the day. So taking a look at the Globex, our week open is 2053. Inventory is net positive to neutral overnight. We've tested both sides. Our overnight high is 59.75. Our overnight low is 49. We're coming down and testing this LVN right here at 52.75. Remember, 52.75 was our close on Friday. So basically, we're right back where we were at the end of the week last week. So let's start putting our numbers over. Our overnight high is up at 59.75. Our overnight low is down at 49. Our VPOC shifted not too long ago. It was up at 58. It's now at 55. And there's no real strong LVNs except for this one right here, which is the naked close from Friday. So we really don't need this anymore. Bring this up. One of the key levels, our key line in the sand this morning is going to be this 46.75. It's really 47.75 down to 46.75. It's kind of a wide LVN. So I'm actually going to put two trade areas that's going to encompass this. Because we really don't want to try to get long until we're above this 47.75. We don't want to get short until we're below the 46.75. Below that, I'd be looking for this 45. A little bit of support coming in at the 43.75, and then below that, I'd be looking for a move down to test the value area low and this microcomposite VPOC from the 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. The microcomposite VPOC. I'm sorry, back down at the older VPOC at 40.50. And then below the 40.50, you've got the year open at 37.75. Don't know how that got moved. And then the IB low is down here at 34.75, but I'm going to use the range low. And then the key support comes in just below it at 32. And then all the levels below all remain the same. 28.50, 27, 25, trade area and support coming in at 22, and then anything below that, I'd be looking for a move back down into the 19 to 17 with our next key support in that microcomposite LVN at 2016. This is really, really going to be an important level. Our weekly 20-day ATR or 20-period ATR is running at 63,762. So off of the high overnight of 2059.75 minus the 663.762 brings our weekly downside ATR target is now in the 1900s at 1995, call it 1996. And off of the overnight low at 49, $20.49 plus the 63.762 brings us to 21.13. Okay, those are our weekly ATR targets. Our daily ATR target to the upside, our 20-period daily is 2140. So our upside ATR target is 2070. And off of the overnight high at 2059.75 brings our lower side down to 2038. So that's pretty close. Okay, so those are all our downside levels. To the upside, we've got the 5350, which is basically the range high and the value area high from Friday. Our overnight VPOC just above it. Key target above is going to be the 2056.75. Our overnight high at 59.75, and our composite here at 61.50, with 63.50 being the older microcomposite. I'm going to be using that as a trade zone because above it I've got a good target up here at 65.50, and I've got range extension as a possibility up into the 69.75. So if you look at our 20-period ATR, we have the range capability right now of trading right through this whole blunt area of the profile, this undetermined fair value, which I think is quite possible. I'm expecting a rotational day with two-sided trading and move. My main hypothesis is going to be open auction in range, testing the range high from the prior day, coming down, taking out the naked VPOC, and coming down, taking out the overnight low, and then testing this 47 to 46 area, finding responsive buyers here, and then rotating us up through, okay, and up into take out this 56.75 and to move back to the composite VPOC up here at 61.55 and chop around in this upper area of the composite profile. So that's hypo 1. Hypo 1 is open auction in range, fail to break out, come down into the key LVN from Friday, and then rotate back up, taking out these upper levels and closing somewhere between 61.50 and 69. 69 will be our upside extended target for the day. Second hypothesis is that we get responsive buyers on the open and we move up into the 61.50 area, chop around there, fail, and then come all the way back down through and come down into the lower distribution from Friday and chop around in the 45 to 40.50 area and close somewhere down here. So that's hypo 2. Hypo 2 is a find responsive buyers, come up, fail somewhere between 61.50 and 63.50, and then rotate down through into the lower distribution and chop around in the 40s, maybe a late day probe into the 30s. Hypo 3 is we open auction in range, we chop around inside, move up into the 6150 area, chop around there, and then you get a continuation trade and move up into the 69.75 and test the 70s again. So those are my three main hypotheses. Currently right now, if we take a look at the Keltner, the center line is at the 55.50, right where the overnight VPOC and VWAP is. We are below it. A test of the lower Keltner will take us down, probably take out that overnight low at 49. A move back up through the Keltner center line, move up to the upper line will take us up into the composite VPOC up there at the 61.50. Take a quick look at gold. Gold failed to break out on Friday, and we said that if we got below this 75 area that we're likely to come down and start working our way down through. The significant breakout candle right here, the high on it is, where's my high, is 70.40 and the low is 39.10. So the 50% retracement of the significant breakout candle will take us down into that 55-54 area. So I'd be targeting down here. If we remain below this 75.60, I'd be looking for gold to come down, testing the significant breakout candle, the 50%, and that's down in the 54.70. So right in around this CHVM. If we can hold the 75, then I'd be looking for and targeting this 83.50 area and chopping around here. A lot of price rejection, some pretty deep price rejection at the 85 and the 75. So I don't expect it to stick, stay there long. So either move back up into the 83 or a move down into first target of 68, but I would really be targeting this 55, 54 area. So that's gold. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.